Hello and welcome to the Disc Awareness Bootcamp. I'm your host, Rickeyta Starks, and today what I'm going to do is walk you through the DISC assessment, what it is, and I really urge you to watch this video first before you take your assessment, just so you can have a little background history of the DISC assessment, where it came from, how it's developed, what it affects, and all of those things, so you can get a deeper knowledge of what you're about to take part of. Okay. So, as I bring this up of the DISC assessment, DISC personality profiles, I'm going to give you a walkthrough how, when you get your report, you'll be able to understand it and you'll be able to apply it to your life. Okay. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get into this, understanding the DISC personality profile. Okay. I am a certified behavioral analysis, and what I do is help people to become more self-aware so that they can understand themselves more and that they can understand people so that they can lead effectively. Okay. I do believe that leadership is a learned skill. So learning people is a way to learn how to lead. It's the first step in learning how to lead. Okay. All right. So using the DISC system, this can affect building longer and stronger relationships and effective teams. You can strengthen your relationships. It can improve communication, unlock your potential, motivate yourself and others, and develop understanding. People are different, but they're predictably different. And you're going to learn more about that, what I mean, in just a second. DISC is a measure of observable personality traits and is a powerful predicator of behavior. Now, it's universally accepted. A lot of people use these in their companies when they are hiring people, just to make sure that people are in the right department or to make sure that they'll be able to fit into the culture of the company. Now, it also provides a common language for talking about human behavior and provides a doorway to open communication. If you don't understand someone or understand yourself, then it's hard to actively and effectively communicate with someone else. Okay. Now, like I said, people are different, but they are predictably different. Now, there are four main personality styles. It's dominant, which only 3% of people in the world are this personality style. Influencing, 11% of people in the world are influencing style. S, steady, 69% of people have this personality trait. And then C, compliant, 17% of people have the compliant personality type. Now, the development of this, where did this come from? So, this started from the study of behaviors in humans back in 444 BC. And it started with, they would measure it by fire, air, earth, and water. But then Hippocrates in 400 BC, he said, "You know what? Let's make this a little bit simpler for people, and let's not use earthly elements. Let's see how the human body is formed. Let's use caloric, sanguine, phlegmic, and melancholy. Like, let's measure it by that." Then Carl Jung in 1921, he observed it by the person's thinking, the way they feel, sensation, intuition. And then it was simplified even more by William Marston. And this is where he observed the emotions of people. And he measured it by four personality types: dominant, influence, steady, and compliant. And this was developed in 1926. And it made it super simple for people to implement and people to observe in multiple areas of their life. Now, the contributing factors of behavior is your hereditary, what you're born with, who your parents, their characteristic styles, and some things that's just implanted and embedded in you already. Then the second part are your role models. Up to the age of 12, your role models, who you're watching, who are your mentors, your coaches, and things like that. Who are you looking up to? It contributes to your behavior. And then your life experiences. After the age of 8, experiences shape your human behavior. Like traumatic experiences or just life experiences, um, being a type of athlete or being in performing arts, or just different types of experiences that you've had in life. It shapes your behavior, the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, the way you view the economy, the way that your motivation to work, or all those things. All of those are shaped by those three behaviors. Okay. So the behavioral principles. Now, certain personality styles are more people oriented and some are more task oriented. Now, people side is more on the relationship building, making sure that they see the build the it's more on the based on the people and their relationship with them and how they are talk to them, they communicate and things like that. They want to make sure that people are okay, people are part of the factor or part of the job or assignment. Then there's another side of personalities who are task driven. It's about results. So it's results over relationship. It's about, are you getting things done? It's about what is the outcome and things like that. So now, then the other part is active and passive. Active is your pace. Like these are the fast paced people. When you have the top part of the personality styles, and I'm going to tell you which one and where they fall. You have the fast pace, and then passive is slow pace. So on the top of this graph, you have the DI. These are the fast paced people. And then you have on the passive side, the slower pace, the C and S. Now, the people oriented people are the I and the S, influence and steady. And then you have on the task oriented, which are results driven, the D and C. Now, the dominant personality, they're direct and decisive. They're going to tell you what it is. They're going to be your drivers. They're going to be the ones who, they're more so the ones who are going to take risk, high risks, and are in leadership positions. They like to be in control, or they like to they're able to make the bigger decisions in any area. Okay. These are the ones who you come to with problems, and they're very effective in creating solutions. Okay. Then you have the influencing style. These are your inspiring, interactive people. They are your cheerleaders. They're the ones who are inspiring, motivating the team to move forward, or saying, you can do it. I believe in you. These are those type of people. Then you have the steady style. They are your steady, stable, secure people. These are the people that you will find at jobs for 10 to 20, 30 years. And because they're security, they're comfortable in where they are. They are the ones who, they're very loyal. They are very, they're people. So they're usually in HR positions, or people who people feel comfortable talking to. All right. They can see both sides of the spectrum. And then you have the C style, compliance, conscientious, cautious people. They are the ones who have crossed all the T's and dotted the I's. They are the ones who create the rules, procedures, and regulations. Rules are fun. They create boundaries. And these are the people who love those things. Okay. Now, learning about your style. When you take your assessment, you're going to see different parts of you. Now, some people have more than one style in their personality. Some people are just straight D, I, S, or C. Some people are a combination I, D, S, C. Some people have three. And the goal is, especially in leadership, if you're in a leadership position, is to become what the situation needs you to be. You don't want to be high in uh in certain areas all of the time. Sometimes you want to modify your behavior based on the person that you're interacting with. Okay? So, when you get into the characteristics of the D style, the dominant personality, the active, positive movement in an antagonistic environment. They are the high ego strength, assertive and direct, seeks authority, impatient sometimes, most times desires change, and does many things at once in response to direct confrontation. They like the spontaneity of things. They don't want to get stuck in routine. They want the, okay, we are moving forward. When You present them a problem, they are looking for the solution immediately. Okay, don't just come to them talking about problems. They are, and you'll learn more about that if you got the bonus material of learning how to communicate with each style. They are not the ones you come to rambling or going around in circles, or the ones who you come to talking about the problem versus talking about the solution. So you will learn that this person is direct. They're going to tell you exactly what's on their mind and feel nothing about it. Now, their dominant fear for the personality of a dominant person is being taken advantage of. So you have to watch your communication of, like, say with time, if you say, hey, be here at this time, they're gonna show up when they ready, type of person. Or they are just don't, it's, you have to give them options to choose from. So say if you're presenting them something, presenting them a product, or presenting them, if you're selling to this person, you would give them three options to choose from and let them make the decision. They have to be in that control position to feel like they have made they are in control of the decision that they made. Okay. Now, the strengths of the dominant personality, they are a bottom line organizer, place high value on time. They challenge the status quo. They're innovative, problem solver, risk takers, and self starters. Think about your Jordans and your Kobe's, or your Donald Trumps, or your just different types of people in with a dominant style. These are people. Bottom line, what are the results? The goal is to win, competition driven. Okay. The limitations of this style is they sometimes overstep authority. They could be argumentative, dislikes routine. They could be self absorbed, and difficulty admitting when they're wrong. Uh, they so those are the limitations of the dominant personality, and you will learn more about your limitations in your full breakdown report. Okay. Now, characteristics of the high I, the communicator, active, positive movement in a favorable environment. They are the verbal and engaging personality styles. They are emotional, people oriented, in the moment, optimistic, encouraging, and persuasive personalities. Like I said, these are the people who are going to motivate and push and move a team. Like, they are the people, relationship oriented people. So it's like, come on, are you okay? How are you doing? Let's keep going. You can do this. I believe in you type of people. They're, if they have a problem, they're going to verbalize the problem that they have. Now, they may get emotional behind addressing the problem, but they're going to let you know what their problem is, because they want to build a relationship. And the only way that you build a relationship is by understanding the person. They can talk a lot. This personality, you're going to find out more about that in just a minute, but they can talk a lot, but then at the same time, they just want you to understand where they're coming from. So, like I said, they're verbal and engaging. Their dominant fear is rejection. So, if you are talking to a, or in a relationship, or have a an employee with with an influence personality, uh, you have to communicate in a way that they see you're rejecting their idea versus them as the person. And you have to communicate that with them. You'll learn more about that in the do's and don'ts of communicating with each style. Now, the strengths of the influence style, they are liked by others. They're the popular people. They turn disaster into humor. Think about your comedians. Think about your Jim Carreys, or um, Kevin Hart's, of people like that. They will turn disaster into humor. They make friends easily. They're warm and friendly, generous and sincere, spontaneous. I'm sorry, spontaneous and entertaining. They like to have fun. Whatever they're doing, they want to make sure we're having fun doing it. We're going to be working. Let's make sure we incorporate some fun in this thing. Now, limitations, they can be exaggerative. Like, they will exaggerate sometimes. They can be disorganized and forgetful, easily distracted, selective listener, difficulty following through, and overly talkative. Now, the purpose of knowing your limitations is to know where you need to adjust and turn up in other areas, like in other personality styles. So, if you are an influence type, personality type, and you know that these are your limitations of you can be easily distracted, then you need to put things in place, systems in place to where you stay on task, like creating lists, creating reminders in your phone to with deadlines and things like that. Because when an idea pop in your mind, you take action right then. But you need to prioritize and put order in when to take action on things. Okay. Now, the characteristics of the high S. This is your peacemaker, passive aggressive in a hostile environment. They are resistant to change. They are loyal and trustworthy. They're your team players. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it together type of people. Possessive, great listeners, and empathetic, resist change, adapt slowly, and they're stoic. These are, like I said, the people that's going to be a job for 20 and 30 years. They are very comfortable in where they are, but they are always going to, they are very much a team player. They want to make sure that if you give them a task and you give them exactly what to do, they're going to do just that. They're going to follow instruct. They're just going to do what you ask them to do. They are very, um, but then you have to be mindful that they adapt slowly to change. So my D's and I's, how fast paced you could be sometimes, you have to be mindful that 69% of people in the world are S style. So you have to slow down to um turn the boat. If you driving the Titanic, you can't just all of a sudden turn that mug, whip it quickly. You have to slowly turn it, and you need to give them time to adjust to that. All right. Their dominant fear is loss of security. Coming from a stable personality type, if you threaten their security, threaten what's been working, or threaten um, their routine, then it triggers a negative response from them. Okay. The strengths of the S style is that they make good friends, they're loyal, dependable, avoid conflict, they're good mediators and the peacemakers, they're good listeners and supportive, easygoing and relaxed, patient and well balanced. The limitations of this style is that they keep emotions hidden. They could be stubborn, unchanging, indecisive, resistant to being pushed, in slower pace, and possessive. This is my friend person. These are my people. This is my stuff. Don't go into this. This is my area. But they are very loyal and dependable. When they commit to something, they are going to show up to what they have committed to, and they are the peacemakers uh, to avoid conflict or anything like that. They are the ones who, it's okay. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm happy and all this kind of stuff. But really they could be really in turmoil inside. So you have to watch that. Being a steady personality, you have to learn how to communicate your issues without it turning into conflict, or just communicate in a way that the other person can receive what your issue is. Okay. The C style, the characteristics of the high C, the thinker. They are cautious, tentative, tentative response designed to reduce antagonistic factors in an unfavorable environment. These are your perfectionists, follows the rules perfectly. Sensitive, accurate, and analytical, organized and orderly, needs details. They ask questions. They are precise communicators. If you say, this is exactly what I want, and this is what I'm looking for, they're going to do just that. When you are communicating with the C style, you can identify them, say in their email, you will see like 10, 15 questions in there, and they want you to answer each one of them detailed. Okay. Because they are such a perfectionist, they want to make sure that they deliver on their promise or deliver on what they are um, dedicated to completing. Okay. So make sure you keep that in mind. Their dominant fear is loss of security. Okay? That's about the same. Hold on. No. Yeah. Loss of security as well. Now, with this, okay, I had to go and check something. There's a typo on this slide. The dominant fear of the compliant personality is fear of criticism because they're such a perfectionist. So excuse that loss of security. Their dominant fear is criticism. So because they're so perfect and make sure that they follow everything, strategic thinkers and very precise, their dominant fear is criticism. So you have to learn how to let them know that you are. I mean, criticism comes in is could be good and bad. It's how you receive it is the problem. So you have to learn how to accept criticism in a way that is this person telling me this for my growth, or is this person telling me this because they're trying to hurt me or um, any other thing like that. Okay. The strengths of the C style is that they set high standards. They're detail oriented, precise communicators, self disciplined, thrifty and economical. Um, they are they are they research and analyze well, and they are creative and talented. The limitations of the C style is that they could be critical of themselves and others. They are not people oriented, not demonstrative, leans towards hypochondria, paralysis of analysis, and socially insecure. They are usually your introverts or the people who I would rather do this project alone type of people. And they are it's they just go in and do it versus demonstrate how they got somewhere. They'll just go in and take, just get it done type of people because they are not people oriented. So with the limitations of the C style, I need you to know that people are needed and that criticism can be a positive thing as well. Okay. But your detailed oriented, like how detailed you are and how you plan the end in the beginning, is needed by all of the personality styles. So you need to understand that too with your high standards and your precision. The other styles don't have that. So you are needed in so many areas. Okay. All right. These are the four main personality styles: dominant, influence, steady, and compliance. Disc is everywhere. And like I said, people are different, but they are predictably different. Now that you've watched this video, the link to your disc awareness assessment has been delivered to your inbox. You need to check your email and you should see that link now in your inbox. Okay. Now, if you've purchased the bonus material with the personal growth areas, communication do's and don'ts for each style, understanding your customer, how to set, if you're in sales, you need that video. Access to those videos have also been delivered to your email. Check your email with access links to those videos. Okay. If you did not get the bonus material, take advantage now. It's only an additional $97. This is going to affect your relationships, it's going to affect your team building, understanding yourself so that you can lead others. First, it start with self-leading, and that information can show so many communication pitfalls or relationship things that are hindering you from becoming things that are hindering you in your relationship as well as your life. Okay. So get those bonus materials, only $97. And if you're saying, hey, this is good information, I've taken my disc assessment, the video's been great. Look, I need hand in hand combat. I need to go even deeper with you. Then you can schedule a call with me. That link is also below to go ahead and take advantage of that. All right. Now, I know it's not even I hope. I know that this information has been valuable to you. Like I said, the first step in leadership is first being self-led, learning how to lead yourself. And then that's first understanding and knowing yourself, knowing who you are, accepting who you are, and becoming who you need to be. All right. Leadership is a learned skill. Everyone can learn to lead, but it starts with understanding people. All right. Y'all enjoy. I can't wait to hear all your testimonials of what has been illuminated to you about yourself after you take your assessment. Let me know how it affects your relationship with yourself and with others. And you can tag me wherever you are, from wherever you are, Rickeyta Starks. And you can find me at rickeytastarks.com. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye bye.